Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you why other people are beating you at the Easter egg event. In hindsight I should have made this video a little bit sooner as we only have half a week left of Easter, however they do this every year and they also use the same code in order to add the Halloween events, so if you can remember everything in this video you can use it in the Halloween update as well. Once every 50 minutes, or roughly one in-game day and night cycle, you'll get a prompt which gives you 10 seconds to prepare for the Easter egg hunt. As soon as you see this prompt, you probably want to drop your weapons as there's a good chance you get grubbed when you go out to collect eggs. You want to run up to the first egg you see and hold E. At first, before you have a basket, you'll have to hold E in order to pick up each egg, and what you want to do is as quickly as possible try and gather 10 eggs so you can craft a bronze egg. The reason you want to do this is because bronze eggs have a small chance of giving you a basket, and with a basket you can instantly pick up the egg. So what you want to do is run around and pick up 10 eggs and then turn it into a bronze egg and open it. If you don't get a basket on your first try, you're going to have to repeat what you just did until you do get one. Here's roughly what you can expect after opening 10 bronze eggs. However, once you get your first basket, you can now simply hold down left click and you'll be able to run around and click up the eggs. Note you don't have to click left click, you can just hold it down the entire time. You also have a high chance of getting bunny ears from the bronze eggs, and you want to be wearing these bunny ears as they increase your egg vision, meaning that you can see more eggs in your area. Typically what you want to do is keep opening bronze eggs until every single person in your group has one bunny ear and one basket. Then from this point you can start holding on to your bronze eggs and start upgrading them into silver ones. 10 eggs make a bronze and 10 bronze make a silver. The main reason you want to open your silver eggs is because you have a chance of getting a bunny onesie, which is the final piece you need in order to maximize the amount of eggs you're getting. Similar to before, I'd probably keep going until you get a bunny onesie for everyone, however it is preference. Know that you can also replace the bunny ears with a craftable nest helmet, and you can buy this on the Steam store. However, you're probably going to get bunny ears when you're going for baskets anyway, so it's not that pay to win in my opinion. Whilst you're searching for that onesie, there's a good chance you'll find a jackhammer or chainsaw, which isn't a bad alternative, however you can get stuck with the DB, revolver or stone. Once you have a full set, including bunny ears, onesie, and a basket for everyone in your team, you can stop opening your silver eggs and start saving up in order to get a gold one. 10 silvers make a gold, and once you get a gold egg, here's where you start to seriously get some good loot. It's pretty much just high-end military weapons, which is what everyone is after. In this next part of the video, I'm going to be showing you how the mechanics of egg collecting work, and I'm also going to show you the optimal ways in order to get the most amount of eggs. One of the most important things to have in your base is a dump box which has all of your Easter gear. This is so that when the event starts, you can quickly drop away everything you have and switch to the clothing. You can keep some weapons on you, although do note there's a good chance you're about to get grubbed here, so usually in my group we'll have only one person with a weapon, whereas everyone else is mainly collecting eggs. The reason you need to be out so quickly is because the rate at which you collect eggs is actually linearly increasing, which means that the amount of eggs you can collect is exponential. One thing to keep in mind, especially in the early stages of egg collecting, is that the eggs will go to where you're looking. So usually what people will do is they'll run around in a circle, and every time you collect an egg, you want to be looking into the center of that circle. As you'll notice in these clips here, whenever I scout out a group of eggs, I'll try and look in that general direction so that I'm always running forward. You don't want to be looking out away from your base if you're collecting eggs, because that means you'll have to run further away from where the clusters are. The next point of advice is that obviously flat areas are better. This is because it's much quicker to run on a flat surface than it is to run up terrain, as well as the fact that when you're running up terrain, sometimes you have to jump over ledges and things like that. So people who build on flat areas during the Easter egg event are going to have a much better time collecting eggs. The top 3 egg collectors will be displayed in the top right corner, and there's prizes for the best 3 egg collectors, with first place getting 3 silver eggs, second place getting 1 silver, and third place getting 1 free bronze egg. So one strategy is that when you don't have a full bunny costume for everyone in your team, you can have one person collecting all the eggs whilst everyone else on the outside is sending the eggs back to him via the circle method. And the circle method is just them running around in a circle looking at the center where the guy with the bunny costume is currently collecting all the eggs. And the final thing that I wanted to share with you is the actual mechanics of how egg spawning works. Every time you collect 1 egg, 2 more will spawn. That means that larger groups are going to be at a much higher advantage, because if they're all clustered in one area, the rate at which they can increase the amount of eggs that spawn is much higher than a solo. That's why it's important that when you're in larger groups, you want to actually have as many people as possible actually doing the Easter egg event, because the rate at which you can collect eggs will therefore increase exponentially. For example, if a solo were to collect 10 eggs, they would now have 20 eggs around them. That means that the rate at which eggs increase in their area over time will start as linear and then slowly increase exponential. However, if 10 Zerg members each collect 10 eggs, now there's 100 eggs all accessible to those 10 members. And then if they did it again, they'd do it at a much quicker rate, because rather than having 10 eggs around them, they'd have 100. And this would continue to increase exponentially. That's why for some of the solo and smaller group players, you're not going to be able to keep up with the people who are on the top of the leaderboard, and it's simply just unfair. So, what can you do? Well, bitching about it on Reddit's always an option. But the developers of Rust are well aware that solo life is unfair and they have no intention of changing it. So instead, I would recommend that you try to adapt to the situation. One thing that my group and I did was have an alliance with the group across the lake from us. So when the Easter egg event came up, we would run over to their area, they'd run over to ours, and we'd all collect eggs at the same time, essentially creating an 8-man. This way we both ended up with a lot more eggs rather than if we were just roof camping and fighting each other for the eggs in the middle. So making sure that each and every member is collecting eggs in order to increase the rate at which the main person collect eggs, whether it be forming alliances or just making sure that everyone in your group has a bunny suit, is definitely the best way to increase the amount of eggs that you can get. And of course, if you're a solo and have no intention of grouping up with people in order to get more eggs, then probably the best way for you to collect eggs is to go over to areas where people will be too focused on the eggs and you can get much easier kills and kill them for their eggs. Also keep in mind that you don't want to kill them till the event ends. This is because not only will you get more eggs as the event will be over and they'll have more in their basket, but in the off chance that they were in the top of the leaderboard, then you'll get their prize money eggs as well. And that's all the information I have for you today. Keep in mind that this event comes around once a year and the Halloween candy event is pretty much exactly the same except with candy. So everything that I taught you in this video will be transferable to Halloween as well. Thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, I will see you in the next one.